Before we go any further, pause for a moment. Every belief you hold about space, every rocket launch, every mission, every image came from someone else. Not from your eyes, not from your experience. From a system that tells you what's real and expects you to trust it. But trust is fragile, and once a single question slips in, even a small one, it spreads. What if the story you've been handed isn't the whole story? This isn't about proving space is fake. It's about understanding why doubt exists at all, and why your mind reacts the way it does. Because before you can debate what's real, you have to confront what you believe, and that's where the mind war begins.
Welcome everybody to the Mind War podcast. Once again, I'm Grandmaster. This is my buddy Badger.
Hello, everybody.
We're gonna go a little deep today in a little thing that I like to just kind of bug Badger about. So it's kind of like is stuff real or is it controlled reality?
I'm sorry, say that again?
Is it real or controlled reality?
What's that?
Space travel.
Oh,
okay.
We're going down that path.
Yeah. But whether you're, I guess what I'm trying to say is, just because we see it, does it mean it's real? You know, let's go straight to it for a minute. So what if spaceflight is fake? So not misunderstood, not exaggerated, just pure fake. Now, why does the thought even exist? Because most people have never seen Earth from orbit. Let's be honest.
Right.
Been to space, nor have they verified it themselves. Not from Missouri, not trying to say that, but I'm just saying. I mean, we can't prove it that it's not real. Everything we know comes through agencies like NASA, SpaceX, private companies like SpaceX, governments, CNN, Fox, Newsmax, Haystack, whoever, right? So the mind asks for a fair question. If all information flows through controlled channels, which I just mentioned, where does the verification actually come from, and where does it even exist?
Okay, I'll push back a little on that.
All right.
Okay, what about the pictures from back in the 70s when they didn't have the technology that we do today?
Then why do the pictures look the same?
Well, because space hasn't changed.
Maybe they look the same. They had a vehicle on the moon. Okay, first of all, how did it get there? Second of all, where did it go? Is it still there? Is it full of gas or is it 3/4 tank? You know, is it a half a tank? Where did the flag go? I mean, why did, you know, we went to the moon in '68, supposedly, right? Why have we not been back? Huh?
Well, because it costs a lot of money.
Is that what you're going with?
For that point, yes.
Okay, so is that really what you're going to go with, Thatcher?
For that.
Because it must be gas.
We're going to do a part 2 of this where
This is my turn. You get your turn in a minute.
All right.
Okay. See, this is where the psychological war kicks in. See, this is where the mind war thing.
Right.
Because you're told about missions like Apollo 11, the moon landing, right? One of the most documented events in U.S. history, probably in world history, right? So you got videos of it, them, like you just mentioned. You've got rock samples. Now, how the heck do we know those actually came from the moon? But because they told us they did, we have to assume that it's real, right? That we have to believe, even though it's a deep fake, in my opinion, right? So my brain personally pokes at it in this way. Why does it look like space? Why does it look like it's a staged event sometimes? Why does it look like they're all standing in front of the camera to get, you know, clicks or whatever, right? Why does footage feel off? Like that flimsy thing I sent you of that come on, man. Seriously?
And my response to that is,
that's a kind of hypersensitive.
Or
oh god,
how do you know that wasn't AI generated when you saw it?
Well, that's my other question, dude. Why do things like that get amplified online? On all these different, you know, TikToks and YouTube and Facebook and all this, they have these things. What I'm talking about are all over the place on there, right? I think this pattern of recognition that they're doing, they're showing us things, people debunking it, trying to fool us into believing that it's real. So they get all these people out there that will tell us, oh, it's real. Like you, oh, it's real. Here's the statistics. Here's the facts. Well, I'm looking at stuff that tells me it's not. So, go ahead.
So my question to you is, if it is fake, like you claim, what is the end goal for it? Why would we do that?
Okay, today is to focus to take us away from the Strait of Hormuz, take us away to what's going on in Iran or in Lebanon and Israel, and you know, gas prices and Savannah Guthrie's mom missing. That just went away. Let's see what else. The borders being closed.
And I get that for this particular incident, but for 40, 50 years.
Well, you're right, because scientists, engineers, world leaders, even our enemies are all in on the fake.
Right.
Right, if it's not real. But they also closed down the world during COVID that fast. So that tells me they're all kind of in cahoots in a way with one another.
Right.
So that would, listen, that means the reason that's kind of hoaxy to me is because that means even during the Cold War with Russia and us, all of us pretending like we're going to space, and yet there's no evidence that it was a hoax.
Right.
Right. But I see it as one, but there's no evidence that it is. Again, there was no evidence that what? It isn't.
Right.
Right? So
on that note, from somebody who believes that it truly is real, how are we recording John Glenn coming out of the space shuttle and stepping onto the moon?
That's exactly what I'm talking about. He wasn't the first man to walk.
So my point, I believe that we have.
I mean, unless you were up there with all your million lights that you have and you were shining lights on them, did you pull the car up in your little van on the way there? I mean, come on.
I rode my motorcycle.
And they left the car there, that $1 million car, whatever. Come on.
I believe that we have gone to space. I believe that we've gone into orbit and all of that. But it doesn't mean that I still don't question so many things.
My biggest problem is if I can't verify it, I get stuck on it. I can't trust that it's real. I mean, we don't see satellites. We don't see GPS satellites. We don't see radio waves. We don't see things like that, obviously. We don't see the guiding systems up there for planes to follow and all that. So we don't see all that, right? So I get that, you know, but that's what makes it sketchy to me, right? So they think, so since we don't see that, they can say, well, we flew behind the moon, right? Or we went to the farthest we've ever gone, ever. We landed on the moon. That was probably the best thing you could tell me, if indeed it's true. But yeah, I still think it didn't happen because we've never been back. You know, most people, if go someplace that's really bad and cool, they go back. You know what I mean? So,
but going to the moon isn't like going to Disney.
Well, you know,
where it's going to be expensive, but
but you have people like Blue Origin and Boeing. They're putting on shows for us, these big old spectacular shows, right? And it affects our everyday life.
Without question.
Because everybody's there's those people that travel all the way to the coast to watch this rocket go up and to where? I mean, you know, here we are in our country, we watch rockets go up and we're excited. Over there in the Middle East, they're not so excited when they see rockets flying up there. They take cover.
Right.
That's a damn shame.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
I can definitely see where the naysayers get their fuel. I'm not in any way a person that believes 100% of the things that I see online.
Right. But then again, if it wasn't real, it's one of the biggest illusions in the history of man.
Ever.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about rival countries, not just rival human beings. You're talking about rival countries who are literally saying the same thing.
Well, this is where the mind war is. It's not if space is fake versus space is real. The war is your perceptions versus your trust. That's the major war. So they're trying to make us perceive something or see something that we would have to believe or not believe. So they're trying to do everything they can to make us believe that it's real. But there's so much, you know, if space is blah, 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 blah. If space is not real, what else isn't?
Well, that's the scariest question out there.
I mean, because Ukraine just disappeared off the news too. And supposedly that's supposed to be devastation at its best. So I think sometimes things like this are, distractions.
Attention grabbers.
I think more lines of distraction techniques that take us away from the things that we need to see and on an everyday. What is going on with this? All right. So what happens then, I think, this mindset that I have can either make you sharper, this is getting irritating, sorry, can make you sharper or put you deeper into this deception. Because if you allow them to pull their wool over your eyes on just about anything, then they'll just keep doing it. Like the total world shutdown. I don't say that the pandemic wasn't real, but was it necessary to shut the world down? No.
It's no different than
I don't
flu
think so.
virus.
That's right. So, and then going on with this, I'm not telling you to believe that it's not real or telling you to believe that it's real. I believe that you should look for the facts for yourself and you make your own decision. I like saying things to you about it because it makes me laugh.
Sure.
Because your facial expressions, But there's a lot of information that I gather that's like telling me that, I'm asking hard questions.
Well, as you said, the mind war comes into play now in a situation like this.
Yep.
Because what we can see and touch and feel still has questions behind it.
Well, first of all, I don't know how do we see what's going on in space? They only show it flying. At what point, who's flying next to it? Who's flying next to it? And you're going to have me believe that this thing flies down out of the sky and then slows itself down to 14 miles an hour, I think it is, and it turns all burnt up to hell, but the NASA symbol on it doesn't? What is that made out of? Whatever it's made out of, give me a suit of that so I can, when I ride my motorcycle and I get in a crash, nothing's going to happen.
Right.
Because everything else is burnt and toasted, and there's guys in footage to this moment looking at it, and they put their hand on it to go to the door. I thought that thing just came out the sky all hot and everything. Right? But the NASA symbol, that little blue thing, looks brand flipping new. So, did it just get bounced off a crane before it landed? Because it showed us hitting it, the video shows it hitting that water. It's just coming down. Looked like something out of the King Kong or Godzilla movie.
Right.
But it's like, and all of a sudden the guys come out and everybody's clapping and cheering. There's a guy opening his hands with a bare hand touching this. You're touching something that supposedly was in space. You don't even know what's on it. You don't know it has radiation. And someone's like, of course it has. It's been checked with a Geiger counter. Come on now. Help me here, Badger, because I'm not buying that garbage, man. That's just crazy.
Well, and again, this is why we do these podcasts. This is why we have the Mind War podcast channel, to discuss things that really make you take a deeper look into what you're being told and what you're being told to believe, as opposed to what you can decipher as true and not. And when we first talked about doing this podcast, one of the biggest things that we talked about was psychological warfare. And you made the point of, if space travel is fake, what else is fake?
Yeah, well, that's my point.
What else have the humans on this globe, because you can't even say Americans,
That's the world.
global communities all banding together, and like you said, even during the Cold War. So,
Well, I think if you allow your mind, if you watch TV like a lot of these people do, and they'll watch the show, whatever. This isn't news anymore, guys, that you're watching. Okay, so, but anyway, whatever channel
well,
it is,
if news, it's not journalism.
yeah, right.
It's people that are given a script and
It's a show
to read.
It's a show.
Yes.
Because they're reading off a narrative that's sitting there on a teleprompter, right? They're not telling you what they believe. They're reading. I don't know how they can go and do that. If I couldn't go be a newscaster, right? Because I couldn't just read off a teleprompter and tell you a lie, or tell you something I don't believe. I don't believe that we're manning flights to space. I don't believe it. but that's okay. I cannot believe it.
That's the joy of
That's the freedom that I have as a human. I can say, okay, I don't believe that, right? It's not against the law
Right.
to not believe it. I'm not going to shut someone down who believes it, unless it's you. But I'm not going to shut nobody down. But I just think we're rooted in deep fake. The world is rooted in deep fake. Think about that for a minute. It's rooted in deep fake. We're blowing the heck out of another country, and yet we're going to go have peace talks. You're not going to have peace talks with. You just blow the country out to pieces. You know, and it's all going on while this. Well, April Fool's Day was the day they went up, right?
No.
Yes. Grab your phone, do research real quick while I talk to these people. April 1st, I think it was when they went up. Nobody took that into account. I think it was a Wednesday. It didn't take that into account that it was a Fool's Day, but I look at everything from a different perspective, right? So I believe it was April Fool's. And if it was, that's the biggest joke right there. That to me would be the biggest joke. What is this? What was the name of that? Artemis 2, whatever. I'm pretty sure it was definitely April 1st. Am I right, Badger? Say that to the people out there. Grandmaster's what? Rule number 1? Always say it. I know it hurts.
Right.
Right. Yes, I was right. It's April Fool's Day. So if you didn't see that it was April Fool's Day, that tells you everything right there. Was that by chance? They're going to say it was happenstance or whatever that word is. Oh, that just happened.
When the window opened.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. They have the clouds and Oh, okay. Yeah. I see what you're saying. That was the window. April Fool's Day. Okay. So, in closing, because I'm tired of picking on Badger, I'm not telling you to blindly believe anything or not believe anything. I just believe in questioning, because if you question, that's power. You have the power if you can question it, right? But to me, precision matters, because there's a difference between asking hard questions and locking into a belief that ignores evidence or logic, okay? Spaceflight isn't built on one video. It's built on decades of physics, engineering, and global verification. So the better question is this: are you questioning to understand, or questioning to confirm that you already feel, or what you already feel? Because that's right there. That's the real mind war. Remember, are you questioning to understand, or questioning to confirm what you already feel? That right there is the mind war. And I'm questioning because it's because of what I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I'm not trying to understand more, because I'm probably sure I'm going to get that on your boring podcast about why it's real. And I'll be chirping. But, I just think that if you don't go out and question things, and if you don't look at things from your perspective, the way you feel, then you're not doing any good. You're losing the mind war.
You're a sheep.
I'm not a sheep, right? And I'm not going to be a sheep. I don't let my family be sheeps. Don't be a sheep. Just think of mind war.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is my absolute brother, closest friend I've ever had. And it's okay to disagree on things and still be this close.
What?
I know that's crazy in this world that we live in, that, well, if he doesn't believe what I believe, then he's a piece of trash and I can't be friends with him and I can't talk to him. No.
Wait, I've said that.
Well, we've said it about each other. But you look at the political landscape, you look at the psychological and mind war that we live every single day. Somebody is pitting somebody against you, or you against somebody, in almost everything.
I think you should. You're right. I think you should have a healthy dialogue.
Yeah.
And you should be able to agree to disagree.
Without question.
And if you don't have to agree to disagree, if you don't want to, just disagree. It's fine. It's not a problem. Right. I don't believe it's happening. You believe it's happening.
Yes.
I'm smart. You're not. Hey, settled. Right there. Right. So, point is, all jokes aside, they never went up, but we think they did.
And point is, all jokes aside, do your own homework.
Right.
Send us a message. Question us.
Yeah.
Pull things up.
I know
Grandmaster.
I know he went and did some research to try to debunk what I'm feeling. But see, I have a feeling he's trying to base this off of
facts. I don't know. Crazy.
They got facts. That flimsy door is a fact.
I generated flimsy door.
The fact that one of the astronauts was in a movie, paid actor, fact. The NASA
April the 1st, I got to give you that.
Yeah,
the NASA emblem
doesn't burn off. That's made of some serious material. That's got to be something special. They need to coat the whole spaceship with that thing.
Right.
You know, so where's the car? Where's the American flag that was flying? Where are all the lights that were shining? Who was taking the pictures and the videos? Who received the phone call from Nixon congratulating them, right? And I didn't know we had that technology.
We didn't.
Of course we didn't. Again.
Sat phones.
Again.
In 1968.
20.
Was
it 68? Yeah, 68.
Or 72 or 70.
68, 72, whatever it was. Anyway, the people are going to be like, oh, you couldn't even get your dates right. It doesn't matter. I don't think they went. You know, I mean, I could have told you I went to Bangor, Maine, and I can't remember the time because I never went. I mean, you know what I mean? So it's the same thing with this thing. I can't keep track of the lies, you know? And so I'm going to leave it at, you know, if you question it for your own self, you know, and if you're proven wrong, which you're probably not going to be, but if you're proven wrong, you know, I mean, it's the right, if evidence shows that it's a real deal, I'm still going to find it to be inconclusive on my end.
And that's the joy of being a human.
Yeah.
You have that right.
Well, that's because I'm in tune to the mind war. That's why I'm in tune to the people's game they're trying to play. I don't care if it could be something good. It's like watching, I don't want to get into that, it's something else. So, but anyways, the narrative is this, in my opinion. We went to space. I don't know what they did up there in those 8 days. They're really foggy about that. If you listen to them give their speeches, it's like they're practicing their sermons. They're practicing what they say. They're very careful in what they say. They've made mistakes. They've had to have them out a couple of times. They've made blunders, kind of like how we do when we do our podcast. We blunder on our words sometimes. They're doing that too, and they got space lag, I'm sure. Whatever. It's hard to keep a lie up. And stay consistent. You know what I mean? So, again, I'm Grandmaster. This is Badger. It's the Mind War. Remember, if you doubt it,
that's okay.
Question it. It's okay to
send
question
us questions. Send us comments.
Be kind. Be kind. I mean, you can be mean to me. I don't care. But be kind to everybody else, especially those that believe. I'm Grandmaster. This is Badger. Thank you for another episode of Mind War. Thank you for tuning in. We got a lot of platforms that we're on. I hope you're enjoying this. This is a deep dive on what I call a lie, the big fake. I'm sure Badger has some research he's done.
Next episode, we'll jump on that.
Yeah, to try to debunk me, but that's gonna be hard.
Or just give you food for thought. Not necessarily trying to debunk you, because just like we said, it's okay not to believe it.
Yeah,
I'm just going to give food for thought.
I had to tell him that cartoons weren't real too.
What the?
So, yeah.
I still don't believe you. But you want to go down the road of wrestling? I mean, I'm just saying.
Wrestling's real. All right, thanks for tuning in. Y'all have a great day, and remember to be kind. I am Grandmaster. This is Badger.
We'll catch you on the next episode.